In the book of Revelation, it speaks of the end of time, and there's a series of seals that are opened, and then in the last seal, there are 7 angels with 7 trumpets that step out of the temple in heaven. And these trumpets each have a very serious event attached to the sounding of them. I think one of the most, if not the most interesting verse in the book of Revelation speaks of, it's Revelation 10:7, and it says that at the sounding of the last trumpet, the 7th trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished. And when I studied Revelation several months ago, I made that a real assignment. I was like, the mystery of God, what is that? And it's funny because usually I just kind of let the Lord tell me and show me things, but I actually did try to look for some help on here online, couldn't find anything. But the Lord did not fail me. And so, very interestingly, I found a series of verses all throughout the Bible that speaks of this mystery of God, the mystery of God's will. Colossians 1:26 says, "The mystery that has been kept hidden for ages and generations, but is now disclosed to the saints," the Lord's people. So in our time, what that's saying is that the mystery of God has been solved. It's been revealed. And I'm in Jeremiah right now, and I noticed something just before I made this video is, well, I've noticed it a few times, but I articulated it really for the first time today, is that the people of ancient Judah, they were worshiping false gods. They had idols of false gods in the temple of God, in the temple of the one true living God. They were sacrificing their children in the fire to a god named Molech, which we know to be demons. All the while they're doing this, they thought that they were in good graces with God. And it just made me think, it's like, well, they didn't know the first thing about God. They didn't know anything about him if they thought that that was possible. And it occurred to me, actually, that before Christ, the greatest mystery in everything, in all of existence, the great mystery of the universe was, who is this God? Who is he? What is he like? What is his personality? What is his characteristics? Does any of that even apply to a living God? What is his will? What does he want? Other than for us to not do these things and to maybe do these things over here, what does that mean? And so there's more verses than 1 Colossians 26. I'm trying to make this one brief because I will make a full-length video of the mystery of God. But what this is saying is, it's in Hebrews too, it's in all over throughout the Bible. It's like, it says that this great mystery of God, even the prophets wished and hoped and wished they could have known these things that we know now. And so what is the mystery? The identity of God, who he is, and ultimately what he wants. Not just the rules, but why are these rules intact? So, in our time, because of Christ, the identity of God is fully revealed, and we take that for granted big time in our time. It's like, imagine trying to figure out who God was just based off these writings that you have, but you didn't have the example of Jesus Christ dying on the cross for us. That act and the Gospels, his words, plainly tell us who our God is. Our God is the man who jumps on the grenade for the ones he loves. How could he have possibly expressed that to us before Christ? And so, the mystery of God, that identity, has been revealed in Christ. And the best verse for the solving of the revealing of the mystery of God is Ephesians 1:9-10. And it says, "He made known to us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he purposed made happen in Christ, to be put into effect when the times reach their fulfillment," which means the end of time, Revelation, "to bring unity to all things in heaven and earth." And so the identity of God is the man who jumps on the grenade for the ones he loves. And the thing he has always wanted, the reason we have been doing this for thousands of years, is to reunite everything in heaven and in earth. And what stands in the way is sin. These two worlds do not mix. But he purposed it in Christ. He found a way to do it. And he did it himself, because we couldn't. And so in Revelation, you see this bloody, catastrophic, apocalyptic book, because what you're seeing is two worlds that cannot mix, like light and dark, slowly dripping into one another. The star wormwood falls. They're coming together and it's trembling. It's rattling, it's shaking. Everything in existence is reverberating because these two worlds, they don't mix, and people are having to choose their side, jump ship. And here's one more interesting thing about this for this short version of this video. So, even more than God showing us who he is and what he wants, his intent was now, through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms, according to his eternal purpose, which he accomplished in Christ Jesus. You can very easily miss what that means. Through his story with humanity, he is showing everything he has ever created who he is. Before he wrestled with us in this way, before he ultimately dealt with everything we've ever done to him and then died for us, before he did that, even the angels didn't know who their God really was. Because to know that somebody would jump on a grenade for you, and to know that love, that person's capable of that love, they've got to do it. And equally important, for a man to jump on a grenade, there has to be another man who throws one. And so in Romans, we'll get into that in my longer video, but in Romans it speaks of the reason evil exists, a large part, is to show us who God is in contrast with it. So, brothers and sisters, we are part of something so much larger than ourselves, we can't wrap our minds around it right now.